Hi, good morning. This is Charl from Pangolin Photo Safaris, and this morning we spent some time with the African skimmers. As you can see, they're flying here behind me. This time of year they normally come around to breed here, and they do like this sandy area where they make their nests. So I'm having a coffee now, enjoying the time, and I thought while I'm here I'm going to make a video regarding panning. This is a question I get so often on safaris, that how's panning working, what shutter speeds do you need? So in this video I'm going to explain you how it works and what shutter speeds you need for what animal. So what is panning? In wildlife photography we intend to use fast shutter speeds because you want to freeze the motion and you want, of course, a sharp image. In panning, we do the opposite. We use slow shutter speeds. We want to show the movement in the image. So in panning, you also need a focus point, a sharp area where your eye draws to the image. For example, like a bird, you need the eye or the beak. An animal, you want as well the eyes, but also the face you need to be sharp. Now this is where the difficult part comes in. So you need to focus at that area. But still, the rest of the image needs to show movement. The legs, for example, needs to move in the image. Your backgrounds need to be blurry, and that shows you then the movement in the image. So when is a good time to do panning? Good time for panning is early morning, late afternoon, or sunrise, sunsets, and overcast weather. This is normally time when you have low light conditions, so you need to have your shutter for a longer period open to take the picture. So when you do it in the middle of the day, the sun is bright. When you open your shutter too long, you're going to have an overexposed image. This normally doesn't work so well. So when is not a good time to do panning? I like to do when I want separation from my animals. So for example, you follow this leopard, or it can be lion, can anything, and it's walking through the bushes. When it's maybe approaching you can get a good shot. But as soon as it walks sideways past the bush and it's too close to the bush, I like also to do the panning then, of course, because in this case I can focus on my leopard. Ideally would be around the eyes, the head. Focus on it, do the panning, show the movement in the image, and then I'll suddenly have that separation between my leopard and the bush. If I will use a fast shutter speed in this case, then the leopard and the bush will be sharp, and that might be just a little bit too busy for me. So the easiest way to do panning, if you maybe have never done this before and you would like to try this out, is using shutter speed priority. So in shutter priority, you select the shutter. We're going to come to that, which shutter to use. Then because you're in shutter priority, your camera will select the aperture automatically. With these two, also select your ISO on auto. Put your camera on continuous focusing, also on fast or continuous frame rate. With that on your lens, you select panning, which is selection number 2. Some of your lenses will have on image stabilization 3 settings, some might only have 2. Put it on 2. So 2 is for when you move your lens sideways, and this will then help compensate if you by accident maybe move your lens maybe upwards by accident. This will then compensate and help to stabilize the lens as well. So we're going to move it sideways, and if there's a little bit of movement up and down, your lens will then stabilize it for you. So this will definitely help a lot. When you do your panning, you need to do it parallel with your subject. When the animal is coming towards you, away from you, it's not going to work. So you need about 45-degree angle. I like to start the 45-degree angle to focus, and then as the animal is coming past me, either fly or walk or run past me, this is when I start shooting 45 degrees. And important to focus on the head or the eye, the beak, as it passes you. This is the area where you need to focus. Very important because you want a sharp area in your picture. Another important thing too is when you pan with your subject is the speed that you move. If, for example, a bird is flying past, you want to pan it, you can't just shoot. It's very important to move the same speed. Yes, it's tricky, but this is the only way you're going to have a sharp area on your animal. If you're very lucky, you might hit it in the first time, but in most cases, you will shoot hundreds of photos and maybe get one sharp one. But if you get it, you will see the big smile on your face. So what shutter speed to use? Rules of thumb: slower the subject move, slower the shutter speed. For example, you're on a game drive, you have a lion, follow this line, lion is walking through the grass, pass you very slowly. I like to use between 1/5 of a second to 1/10 of a second. If I follow wild dogs, maybe on a hunt, they're just walking around, between walking and running, maybe around 30, 40 of a second. And maybe antelope running now, around 50, 60 of a second. When we come to birds, birds is a bit faster, they're also smaller, they have wing speed, which is changing. Bigger birds, they're moving slower, the wings are moving slower, so I like to use slow shutter speeds, maybe around 40 of a second, somewhere in that area, even 30 of a second. The smaller the bird is, the faster the wings will go, and they intend also to fly faster. So there I like to use 50, 60 of a second, sometimes even 80 of a second. So this is the shutter speeds that you can play around with. So what is your favorite shutter speed to use in panning? Please leave it for me in the comments down below. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this film. I hope you learned something. Please go and play around and test it. If you'd like to join me on a photographic safari, please look at the link down below. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the icon button. And if you do like the video, give us a thumbs up. I'm going to continue shooting. Still have a few skimmers flying around. I'll see you soon.